We're going to continue working on binomial probability. This one has a group of students, and we know that all of the students at a particular school, 45% of those prefer vanilla flavored ice cream. So 45% of the Heritage Academy students prefer ice cream. So we're trying to find out if a random sample of 12 of these students is selected, what's the probability that exactly 7 of those students will prefer vanilla? And the way that we can determine what the probability is that that will occur is by using what we call a binomial probability formula. So let's bring that in now. And this is the actual formula that we're going to use for this one. And it's got a lot of different information here. P, we've got to identify what P is. P is the probability of success. And so the probability is that 7 of the students are going to prefer vanilla ice cream. Q is the probability of failure. In other words, the probability that we will not get exactly 7 students to prefer vanilla ice cream. N is the number of students that we are choosing. In this case, that is 12. And R is the number of successes. In this case, we'll have 7. So let's start kind of filling in some information we know. So we know that P, the probability, and this will be the probability of getting 7. Okay, that's what we're going to do first. And Q is the probability, the opposite, the probability that we will not get 7. Okay, and then we bring it down, and we've got N is 12 and R is 7. So now we're going to fill out our information here, and this says that we're going to do a combination. The number of combinations of N choose R. So in this case, we know that N is 12, so it's 12 choose 7. If you wanted to write it out the longhand, it would look like this. It's 12 factorial over 7 factorial times 12 minus 7 factorial. And you can plug that in your calculator just like that. That will give you that portion. However, I'm going to write it all out, then we'll plug it all into the calculator all at once. Hopefully that makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so we've got that one. Now we need to determine what our P is and what our Q is. The probability of success here, of getting a 7, let's see, and the 7 says that students prefer vanilla. So we have a 45% chance that they will prefer vanilla. So the probability of success would be 0.45. So we're going to use that right here. We'll talk about the exponent in just a moment. So 0.45 is the probability of success. That means that they will actually prefer vanilla. So that means the probability of failure would be 1 minus 0.45, which would give us 0.55. These two right here will always add up to be 1. Okay, so we've got 0.45. Now this says here we've got to raise this to the R power. The number of successes that we want, in this case it would be 7. So we're going to fill in 7 right here. There we go. Now we've got 0.55, and this would be N minus R, so the difference between these two. So that would be 12 minus 7, and 12 minus 7 we know is 5. Now then, what we're going to do is we're going to plug this one into the calculator just like it shows right here. Will work just fine. However, I'm going to show you one that's just a little bit of a shortcut. I'm going to do it on both the TI Inspire and the TI-84. We'll bring in the Inspire first here. And this is basically a 12 choose 7. I can type it in just like that. The shortcut is I can go right here to Menu, Probability, Combinations. I'll just do 12, comma, 7. That is equivalent. This right here is equivalent to all of that right there. So then I just have to type in the rest here, which would be in parentheses here 0.45, and that would be raised to the 7th power times 0.55, and that one will be raised to the 5th power. I hit enter. This one, let's see, it does ask me to round to the nearest 4 decimals. So 4 decimals would be 1489. It looks like 1489 would give us our 4 decimals. Okay, now let's bring in the TI-84 here. We'll do the same thing. This is a 12 choose 7. Let's see if we can move it over there a little bit more. That way we get more of the screen. Okay, so we're going to do 12. Go right here to your math button. Then go over here to probability. Right here is our combination option 3. 12 choose 7. Then we're going to take that and we're going to multiply that by 0.45. That's the probability of students liking vanilla. and that is going to be raised to the 7th power because we want 7 of them, and we're going to multiply that by the probability of failure, 0.55, all raised to the 5th power. And hit enter. We'll get the same answer there, 0.1489. So it doesn't matter which one you use, both of them will work. But the big thing is just making sure that we can put these in the right order. Probability of success raised to the power of whatever number we want for our successes. Probability of failure is the difference between the total number and the probability, or the total number and the number of successes. So 12 minus 7 in this case would be just 5.